Oh, one more thing to talk about, I guess, before we get to the questions. I decided that I want to do my next firewall on. I want to elaborate on a theme that I touched on in that right angle assault van, automatic assault van kills 10 in Toronto. I realized, that there's an opportunity for me to go a little deeper there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply all of the arguments that are used against semi-automatic rifles against moving vans and small trucks. And the more I thought about it, the better I liked it. I have to tell you, I loved that people said, was it an assault van? And I thought, oh, that's a great line. Then I realized it's a fully automatic assault van. So basically, I think what I'm going to do is just be very serious and, and ask questions on camera and saying, this murder weapon has a setting where you simply step on the accelerator and the thing just goes as fast as you want to. Used to be, in the olden days, you used to have to shift gears one at a time, and this greatly limited the amount of speed that you could put out. But now with these fully automatic assault vans, you simply just push a button and off she goes. And I'm gonna try and get as many of these gun control arguments in it as I possibly can. Things like, by the way, what do you need a moving van or a truck for anyway? I mean, it's not like we're coming to take your cars, but what do you need a moving van for? I mean, if you have to move, hire professionals. The people who have been trained to run moving vans. These are people who've passed certification tests and who have shown proficiency with moving vans. I don't think just any citizen. It's easier to rent a moving van than it is to fill in the blank. Than it is to get a hunting license. It's easier to get a moving van than it is to go and adopt a pet. And that's just shameful and disgraceful when you think about all the people who are killed in moving vans, gunned down by terrorists and all the rest. What caused this unregulated, unlicensed van, which are everywhere, by the way? I mean, the country's just awash in them. And then I think we could also, kind of get into the, yes, I understand that you have, I really am actually, this is a timeout. I'm embarrassed to say I forget what the amendment is that allows us free passage. It's the 6th, in any event. Whatever. I should know it, but I don't. Yes, you have a Sixth Amendment right to travel unimpeded without blah, 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 blah. But that right was that law, that amendment was put in place at the time of our founders when the fastest vehicle you had would be a one-horse carriage, a two-horse carriage. Certainly those restrictions, that claim that you can just travel anywhere you want to at any speed you want to, surely that if the founders were alive today, they'd be aghast when they'd see how much damage you can do. Just use all of these arguments and I get them together and I'll just polish them up obviously a little better than I'm doing right now, but you get the general drift of the thing. And then as far as, those of you out there who say, well, I have a moving van and I've owned a van for 20 years and I've never run over anybody in my van. And my response to that would be, well, if it just saves one life, isn't it worth it to ban these assault vans that have killed people in London and France, America, everywhere? I mean, if we save just one life, isn't it worth it? And then somewhere in the end of this, just kind of go, if this sounds ridiculous to you, it sounds ridiculous to me too, but this is the argument that we hear, right? It's not the driver, it's the van. That's the problem. And I think when you put things in that way, you can finally reach people on some level where even they can say, yeah, this does seem a little ridiculous in that case. So anyway, I'm going to try and basically do that and close it up by saying, if we really wanted to save people's lives, maybe we should be less. Oh, by the way, I want to start. I'll check and see what kind of van it is. I know it was rented by Ryder. I'm not going to pick on Ryder. I'll find out whether it was a Ford or whatever it was, Chevy van or something. And I say, it's time for us to march on Chevrolet. It's time for us to march on Chevrolet because they manufacture these vans exclusively to make money. They're just in it for the money. That's the only reason they make a van like that, is to sell it to people to make money. It was a van that blew up, pretty sure it was a van that blew up the was it the Murrah Building in Oklahoma City and so on. So, yeah, I just think that could be very effective. And then finally, we'll just have to, just close it by saying, yeah, it does sound kind of stupid, doesn't it? Maybe instead of trying to ban the van, maybe we could pay a little more close attention to a guy who's praising a person who did a mass shooting. Maybe we need to be paying more attention to the person behind the wheel of the van and realize that the van really didn't have a vote in this. So anyway, yeah, that's what I've been saying is fully automatic van, Bone Canoe. It's shocking that they allow people to do this. Hey, look, we're not coming for your cars. We're just saying there's no reason at all that anybody should own a van or small truck. Just, there's no reason for it. I think that could be clever. We'll see if we can push it out there and do a little business with it. In any event, so much for that. All right.